Welcome, furries, from lands far and wide, to your very own Once Upon a Time. For this legendary weekend, think of yourself as a thread plucked from the tapestry of 2025 and taken to a land lost on the frayed edges of time and space. The strange world you find yourself in is one of sword and shield, magic and mysticism, daring deeds, and definitely harmless rabbits, we swear. You have been summoned by the royal squirrel himself, Prince Aster, a steward of the trees, the animals, and the great outdoors. The very flora and fauna arise to praise his ways. You love this, allergies aside. But fret not over allergies nor lesser evils, like archwizards or petty deities. For we are never without the protection of Petal, Possum Nonpareil. There is no foe that does not shriek in fear over her razor-sharp teeth and uncanny cuteness. We escort you now to the throne room, where you shall meet with the prince himself. Remember to be on your best behavior in his presence. Like that'll ever happen. Now presenting His Royal Nuttiness, Prince Aster.
Well, howdy! How y'all doing on this fine Friday morning? Okay. Y'all still a little bit sleepy. I'll pass around a few goblets of my court alchemist's newest potion. Now let's see, who are we missing to get this fur fair started? Oh, golly, of course! A certain possum! Everyone put your paws together for Princess Petal!
Hey, fur fair. Woo!
Need a goblet of caffeination?
Listen up, fur fair. New petition. At closing ceremonies this Sunday, Aster has to wear the dress.
Nah, that would mat my tail.
Do it.
Nah, that would mat my tail.
Tisk tisk.
Well, you're all flowers and sunshine. What's wrong with being the castle princess?
Let's see. Carolina Fur Fair Mascot Contract Section A, Bold Point 42, Coffee Stain 7, petals shall always be cool beans.
Well, it does say that under Coffee Stain 7, petals shall always be cool beans.
Exactly! This kingdom needs a guardian, a protector, and a possum that's ready to bite.
Play dead.
What?
None.
Huh. Is anybody in the audience a blacksmith? I'm coming down, hang on.
Well, that's fine and dandy. Now, where are my three-dimensional coyote stage assistants? I'm sure I have a spell here to summon them. Scroll of toe stubbing, scroll of gentle migraine, scroll of carpal tunnel. Wow, and I told the castle we'd cut back on all the doom scrolling this year. Y'all don't know. Here's a scroll that turns an entire main events room into their personas. Should I cast it now? Oh, wait. Sorry, everyone. Looks like that one's past its expiration date.
No!
I think it's gone sour. Let me try to cast it. Aster Stinko Parchmento.
Knights of Carolina Fur Fair, assemble! Captain Petal reporting for action. Squire?
Your nuttiness. It is me, the squire. There are reports of strange activity deep in the woods of Hickory. You and your weird opossum captain must investigate.
Strange activity?
Hickory, North Carolina?
The woods?
Wait, did he call me weird?
We must leave at once. To the woods we go. Onward!
I'm coming, Aster. I'll protect you.
Oh, before I get too carried away, casting scroll of coyote summons.
The party has just begun, Fur Fair. Off we go.
Woo!
Here we are, the throne room of the Squirrel Prince. And here, the many animals in his land. Some tame, some wild. Welcome, one and all, to the Carolina Foothill Fang Doodle Furcon Hickory Hootenanny 3000! Or, as you may know it for short, Carolina Fur Fair. Make some noise if you are ready to get medieval in the mountains. Hey, wait. I don't mean to offend, but that sounded a little human. Picture your persona as if in a crystal ball. Yes, it is Friday morning at 11 a.m. and I'm asking you to ponder the orb. Picture your persona in a crystal ball. What sound does that animal make when it is very, very excited? And once more, I ask you, are you ready to get medieval in the mountains? That was beautiful. Thank you so much. Well, this is a very strange 5-year anniversary for us as we have gone IRL, virtual, IRL, virtual, IRL. And we can't thank you all so much for showing up here, filling up the main events room. We tried so hard to have our convention take place last year. Many of us in Western North Carolina even preparing on borrowed power, but time, fate, the universe was against it. But many of you rolled over your registrations. The support has been tremendous. It has actually been 3 years and 7 months since we announced Medieval in the Mountains, at least according to Wikifer. So, we can't thank you all enough, and if we didn't have so many magical items in our hands, we would be applauding you right now. Out of curiosity, who was there our very first year, 2020? Raise your... Whoa, this is incredible. Lower your hand if you're staff. Less incredible, but still impressive. Who here would consider themselves a Carolina Fur Fair expert? Ooh, I like this. Well, our convention director is not able to make it at the moment, but filling in for him is DC Flyer One Tooth Saber. I am Taro, your creative director. And we're going to test out some of that trivia that you claim to have. Careful, DC. We must break the fourth wall. It was the most difficult for AV to construct, as it is suspended on disbelief alone. Who wants to take the first question? An expert? You don't know? What's your name?
35 bucks.
When was our first year? What was our first theme?
Are we talking about when it gets still called Blue Ridge Fur Fair? You know, I remember it was 2021. I remember it snowed. I was in the video, and I don't remember the theme. I just.
No, it was 2020. Snap Eye, founding member, come over here. Tell them what they get.
You get a conciliatory unicorn. Was your trivia answer not quite correct? Fear not, the conciliatory unicorn is here to comfort you. Please note, Carolina Fur Fair discourages submerging the conciliatory unicorn in water, or the transformation process will begin. The less said about this, the better.
All right. Our first year was, in fact, 2020. The theme was prom weekend. Who's brave? Who's next? I remember you from the first year. Oh, this is too easy. What are the names and species of the Carolina Fur Fair mascots?
Squirrel and Petal the Possum.
That is correct. Tell Tom what Tom has won.
Finger swirls. It's just like the thing with the opossums, but now your fingers are squirrels. Finger swirls.
Awesome. Who next? Oh, we have an expert way back here. Testing the range of my remote. This is a tough one. Who was the guest of honor for Blue Ridge Fur Fair 2022, The Great Outdoors?
Oh man, she has a wolf character. I can't remember her name now. And plaid, I'm trying to remember his name now.
Is a wolf and likes plaid. I think I will give that to you. It is Remy Wolf. What is the prize, Snap Eye?
You've won the Tacky Wolf Fanny. Would you like to have the aura of a celestial wolf devouring a barrel of Skittles? Well, get celebrating because this new eyesore will make your friends howl with jealousy.
Theme of 2020 was trying not to get canceled by COVID.
All right, I got one more. I think this should be easy.
Oh, I know this one.
I know you. Let's go for it.
6 hours of sleep, 2 meals a day, and shower. 1 shower a day, you filthy animal.
Amazing. 6 hours a day. Wow. What is the prize, Snap Eye?
You've won the joy of bathing with Bob Ross. You want to smell like a happy little tree. You want to sing every school litany with Carolina Chorus. Now you can with Bob Ross.
Anyone caught disobeying the 621 rule, I will personally turn you into a gerbil through polymorph. You'll be
Please.
scurrying about the main event center, chewing on seeds. Good job, everyone. I would call you experts or thereabouts for then. Our convention began at Doubletree Biltmore in Asheville, North Carolina in 2020. We were expecting maybe 100, maybe 150 people in attendance. We had a hotel capacity of 300 and 500 people showed up. I was like, this has got to stop. And so our hunt for a new venue began. We had a virtual year in the meantime. Then we moved on to the Crown Plaza, where we had somewhere in the thereabouts of 800 furries in attendance. And once more, we found ourselves in a position where we had to find a new venue again. At that point, Asheville could no longer hold us. We held another virtual year as we searched and we searched, but eventually we found the Hickory Metro Convention Center. We are so happy to be here. This is a place where we can grow for years and years to come, and we might actually get that coveted consecutive year that has been rumored for the past 5 years, and we couldn't be more excited. Okay. So as far as programming goes this year, me being a very powerful sorcerer, I have the entire event schedule completely memorized in the weave, my mind, and my cell phone. And you can too by downloading the Vinvi app this year. We, of course, accepted as many panels as we could, and we have 3 panel rooms open this year. However, not all panels can be accepted. Most panels that we received were like, yes, this sounds amazing, this is creative, this is innovative. And then others. And so, as is yearly tradition, we would like to present to you the top 10 rejected panels of 2025. I mean, 476 CE. DC, if you'd like to start us off.
Number 10, chewing gum sculptures and you.
Too sticky. Number 9, is it a circle or a cheese? One sous chef's opinion.
Number 8, we can't even 60 minutes of nothing.
Number 7, my pet rock Bob, a reluctantly safe for work love story.
Number 6,
My ant farm. It's missing. Please check your fur.
Number 5, catapult your friends.
I wanted that one.
You know, if there are birds in the audience, a lot of fun.
Number 4, let's wait in registration again. Savor it harder.
Number 3, is it a circle or a cheese? Help, I'm still confused.
Number 2, your persona as a hairless cat. Okay, I'm taking offense to that. A pro barber's guide. Who said that?
And number 1, opening ceremonies with Major and Tarot. Rejected. You know, everyone, you might feel kind of sad that these panels were rejected. I'm sure you are. But I heard a rumor that if you make big enough puppy eyes and you beg enough, they'll all be approved. I see one person in the audience wants these approved. You know what? As a consequence, we will greenlight all 10 of these panels, and they will take place at 3 a.m. tonight in your hotel room. Oh, the Vinby app. Yes. If you'll have a magical device on you called a cell phone, and you're able to pull that out, this QR code will give you access to our entire weekend of events, which will leave this QR code up here for a few minutes. For any of you that are brave enough to enter the throne room and try to persuade judges, the dance comp tryouts are Friday tonight at 7:30 p.m. in panel room C. We have another session Saturday at 10:30 a.m. for you morning people. But if you can't dance your way out of a paper bag like DC or I, and you want to spectate in a state of pure awe, the dance joust is tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Freestyle, head-to-head, improvised, and the grand finale to our weekend is Night Pedals Dance Competition Sunday at 1 p.m., which always fills the main events room up. You will want to line up last Friday. For those of you that are purveyors of silliness like us, Fursuit Games today at 4 p.m. and the Youth Fursuit Games Saturday at 2:30 p.m. for the youths.
Yes, that'll be right after the Fursuit Parade.
You remember being one of the youths? I think it was the Dark Ages for us, wasn't it? One more for all, Saturday at 4 p.m.
Fursuit Game's so nice, we had to offer it twice.
The Fursuit Parade tomorrow at 12:30 begins in this room, and last I checked, the weather forecast is lovely, and you cannot believe how grateful I am to be able to say that. There will be fairies in the air, griffins in the sky. Okay, what about you rogues, you castaways and cutouts in the audience? I hear there's a little scavenging happening this weekend. Do you want to explain?
Yes, we actually do have a scavenger hunt. Now, if you would like to participate in our scavenger hunt, you might want to stop by the con store. There'll be more information about it there, but it can also be found on the webpage, and that way you'll get the opportunity to see the questions and the things that you're going to have to answer. Once you have collected all of your answers, you will return to the con store, and pending the validity of your answers, you have the opportunity to choose your reward. So we have these nice little paw shields, if anybody is interested.
Excellent. Well, this brings us to our guest of honor, knickknack. For those of you that might have been following our socials, you will already know that she is experiencing some tragedies within the family the past couple of weeks, so she was not able to make the journey from Toronto. This comes on the back of providing an incredible year of convention art for our first Medieval in the Mountains year that we were projected to have, and then kindly volunteering to provide art through this makeup year for Medieval in the Mountains as well. So she does have a few words she would like to share with you for this. DC and I will step off the stage.
Back in the fandom. I firstly want to apologize for not being with you all this weekend. I closed down my first house this past Wednesday and unfortunately had a tragic loss in the family just 2 weeks ago. With everything that's going on right now, my partner and I just couldn't make the trip work. I want to give you all my absolute best as your convention's GOH. Saying that, I want to extend my deepest gratitude to the staff and board members for selecting me as their GOH back in 2024. It's been such a pleasure working alongside the team making all this super fun medieval themed artwork. Although the con was pushed to 2025, it did give me the opportunity to create more artwork for you all, which I'm so excited for you to see around the con this weekend. I'll be attending the Meet the GOH panel Saturday night virtually, so please feel free to drop by and ask any questions you have that's on your mind for me. I'll be happy to answer. I hope you all have a fantastic, fun-filled weekend. Once I add US conventions back to my regular roster, I know CFF will be at the top of the priority list for attending. Thank you all so much once again, and have a great weekend.
Thank you, Nick Knack. Through the powers of incredible divination and Discord video, Saturday at 9 p.m. we will still be holding Meet the Guest of Honor over in Panel Room B, Hickory to Toronto. So bring your questions out. Filling in tonight for Nick Knack is our very own Lilac for the Anthro Artist Olympics, where 4 artists will be completing diabolical and twisted 10-minute prompts live on the stage using your personas as the victims. The last time I said that during ceremonies, somebody in the audience yelled out, "No, you can't have him!" I just want to say, if you're out there, you've had 3 years to make up your mind, you might like it. We'll need 22 ref sheets from the audience. That is tonight here in main events at 7 o'clock. All right, and that brings us to our charity of the year, Rescue Tales Animal Sanctuary. Put your paws together for Casey.
Thank you, everybody. So, this is our first year here. Obviously, it's everybody's first year, but our first year working with a fur fair. When Seth reached out to me, God, it was about 2 years ago now. We were supposed to be here last year. It was an interesting phone call. He calls and he says, "Look, I got a question for you. Do you know what a furry is?" I said, "Yes, Seth, I do." And he goes, "Oh my God, that's gonna make this conversation so much easier." He tells me a little bit about the convention, and I said, "Seth, I work with animals, but I've never worked with those kinds of animals before. But we're open to it." So, if you happen to love animals, we're here. I'm gonna talk a little bit about us. We are a 501c3 nonprofit animal sanctuary. We incorporated about 3 years ago. We are right here in Hickory, about 15 minutes away. So this is kind of huge. We work with everything except cats and dogs. So we work with equine, livestock, birds, exotic species, fish, reptiles, anything except cat or dog. But those, we send them to a humane society. There's a lot of other sanctuaries and organizations for them. So I hope everybody likes really long, boring slideshows, because I'm going to subject you to one for a little bit. So strap in. So we were founded in 2023, former animal care specialist. I've been a zookeeper, aquarist, worked at the NC Zoo. I've been in this field for about 20 years. I got bored of other people telling me how to take care of animals, so I decided to start my own sanctuary. It's working out. Entirely donation and grant funded. Animals are awesome, especially horses, and goats and cows and, others. So we're gonna get into some of our animals. This is Whiskey, he's one of our first guys. He's old workhorse. He was brought to us because he's lamed. He was scheduled to be put down because his foot just had rotted through. We took him in, we spent a couple of years rehabilitating him, and I've been betrayed. This is not a boring slideshow. I'm gonna have to have a talk with my team. So apparently his hobbies are some lawn care, staring into blank space. He likes freshly mowed grass, doesn't like loud noises. He is cantankerous, I will say that. It's not everybody who gets to get up in the morning, walk outside, and get kicked by an angry horse who just wants you to feed him. His pasture sister, this is Vixen. She's a fully trained dressage horse. She's a permanent resident with us. We've had her for about 2.5 years now. 1 week before she was supposed to go out on show, she broke her leg and went lame. Again, when a horse gets lame, most people want to put a horse down. Luckily, her owners brought her to us. Tragic story, happy ending. Apparently she likes to bite people. And yet somehow she likes good manners. That's an interesting combination, right? She dislikes non-biteable things. This is great. But we did take in 2 donkeys recently. This is Midnight. Midnight was born for the stage, it seems. Her hobbies include yodeling and vocal warm-ups. I can vouch for this. You can be 2 blocks away and you will hear this animal screaming. Midnight's brother, Donkey. We did not name him, but we could not change his name. He's pretty good at singing. Nobody can understand him, but he does talk constantly. So Donkey and Midnight were actually pets. Somebody decided it was a good idea to get what they thought was a miniature donkey. Newsflash, those don't exist. Donkeys grow. So they were kept for a couple of years in a pretty inappropriate pasture before they were brought to us. One of Donkey's likes is Branwell, which is Branwell. So Branwell is actually the one I'm probably going to talk about most. He was brought to us when he was 3 months old. He had been kept in a barn his entire life. He was never let outside, and he got very, very sick. So when Branwell was brought to us, he was covered head to toe in warts. Warts in cows is a life-threatening condition. His owners did not want him to put him down. They were on a show farm. It looked bad, so they brought him to us. He was given 2 weeks to live. We hit him with everything. We hit him with every drug we could imagine. Our vets did exploratory surgery. There was nothing we could do. Or so we thought. So then we sent off a biopsy to a lab, and 3 weeks later it came back with a condition which, sorry to make it scientific, called dermatophylosis, or skin rot. He was kept in such poor conditions that a bacterial infection got under his skin and actually started to eat him alive. Turns out the cure for that is 54 cc's of penicillin 3 times a day for 2 weeks with a very large needle. So we gave him this penicillin. He started to get better. Our vets came to see him one last time, said a few words that I can't say because this is a family-friendly environment, and labeled him her miracle cow. Branwell is now 2 years old, and he has been with us the whole time. So, oh look, more donkeys. I'm going backwards. This is my life. So I'm going to talk about the rest of them too much because there's time constraints. You guys have other things to go on, and we're going to be right here for a meet and greet with a couple of our animals from 1 to 2:30. So come back and see us. But we've got pigs, cows, goats. I will briefly touch on Riff and Raff is who you will be meeting later this afternoon. They are extremely social. They will try to eat your clothes, and he's gonna headbutt you. But thank you guys so much for being here, for supporting us. Thank you guys for having us.
Thank you so much, Casey. All right. So, you probably can imagine that being a staff member is a lot of work, and it takes quite a toll on the, what have we, over 100? How many staff members do we have?
I don't know. This is my first year as staff.
Oh.
So.
Well, I found footage of myself 5 years ago when I was first getting ready for the convention, when I had no convention experience.
Oh.
So, if you want to help out a bit and not have all of our fur turn completely gray, you know what you can do? They don't. Well, why don't you explain?
All right, so if you are interested in helping us out in any way, you are more than welcome, and we would love to have you as a volunteer while we are here during this event. You can also volunteer at our other events that we do hold. I think we might need to entice them a little bit to help possibly volunteer. Maybe we might have some gifts for them. You think? You think that might motivate you to help us out, maybe? So here are the gifts that we will say. If you do volunteer for 5 hours to help us out, you will receive a small gift as a thank you. If you do end up volunteering for 12 hours, you will be receiving a nice t-shirt from us. And if you are one of the daring few, I think I did 35 hours last year. I think that's why I ended up as staff. Everybody's like, you might as well just be staff. You were here long enough for it. If you get to the 16-hour mark, you get your admission to next year free. Not sponsor or super sponsor, but it'll cut that price down for you. So if you're very much interested in that, we do have a QR code and all that information over by ConOps. Make sure you just stop by there or talk to any of the staff and we can direct you in the right direction to be able to volunteer.
Another interesting feature about the Hickory Metro Convention Center, what if I were to tell you that there is a banquet hall in the convention center?
Yes, and it's slightly hidden. How many people have seen the Meadow? How many people don't even know what the Meadow is? All right, good. That means you're in the right place to hear this announcement. So, if you head over, like you're heading towards panel room C and everything like that, you'll run into an area, it's actually back near A and B, a place called the Meadow. That is a nice little social space for you. Feel free to hang out there. It gives you places to sit down. We got some round tables. More importantly, that's where the concession stand will be open. The windows inside of the Meadow should be open. Keep an eye outside. That window may be open as well. And that is going to be open from noon to 6 p.m. each day, starting today. And by the way, while you're in there partaking of your lovely meals in the Meadow, we invite you to take an opportunity to design your own shields. We do have shields and paints and markers in there, and you can also design your own crowns as well. So feel free to check that out when you do go over there to grab yourself something to eat.
Well, DC, I think that we have been talking quite enough, and you all look quite eager to start frolicking out there and beginning your weekend. And so with that, by decree of Prince Aster, Squirrel Supreme, it is time to get medieval in the mountains.